Happy Wednesday, everyone. Welcome back. I'm Steve Leahy. This is Open Studio, and this is our Tokyo painting. How's everyone doing on this fine Wednesday? We are on episode 7, so we're going to keep this going. I'm going to start... Oh, do I want to do that? Yeah, you're already on. Okay, just checking things out. The great eyes of Simon Carter 2 weeks ago had noticed that in this third bank of windows down, the shades are pulled, which I thought was really great. So you guys are starting to get the madness, or already have the madness and are letting it show. So that's what we're talking about. Like, to have these windows kind of, detail like those shades pulled on the first 3 windows like they are in the photograph, which I will put up right now. That's a lot of fun. You guys are getting it. And there's a division in this window too. I don't know what it is or why it is, and there's one up in this window too. But that's what we're talking about. That is exactly what we're talking about. So that makes me feel great when you guys are catching stuff like that. And actually, it's kind of nice. It's nice having a wingman or wingmen or wing people. This is good. All right, so we'll finish the top of the school. It's just a matter of kind of like, I've got it all blocked in, so I'm just going to keep putting details in where they need to be. So I've got 2 things going on here. I've got the reference photo that you guys are looking at, which is on my tablet. And I've also got a photocopy, which is right off the side. You guys can't really see it because you guys are so close, but it's just one of the photocopies. Oh, you can't see it. So there we go. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at the photocopy to see what's going on, like in that little tiny building right there, or the whatever that is on the top of the school. And then I'm using the photograph or the tablet to really get in close and figure out what that is. So between the two, make it work here. There's a lot going on up here, which I love. Here we go. Fix that too. Yeah. Exactly. I don't know. I'll say it again, usually with these type of paintings, I've just kind of got music going and I'm just kind of doing my own thing and not thinking about things, or actually sometimes if it's monotonous, I am thinking about things, just kind of letting my thoughts go wherever they need to go, which is kind of fun. It's nice when you're, if you have a piece that's really like intense as far as what you need to pay attention to, which this one is, but that's not what I'm talking about. Like, I'm talking about like making actual painting decisions, like, oh, should that be a little bit darker, a little bit lighter, or, what's going to happen if I do this or that? And, that can take a lot out of you. But sometimes with these paintings where it's just a matter of kind of running through and picking out details and things, it's like, it's nice. I like it. All right, so I'm going to put a little bit of moss green out here again. I changed the parchment in the palette because it needed it. It was both covered everywhere, and then it also, I got some water on it. And we get water on the top of this, it just blends all the paint together. So I'm like, okay, time to change it. So I change that out. So what I'm going to do is I'm mixing up a darker moss green, grayish green. This is going to be the correct color for this other little bit of roof here, which is, in mine, it's too green. A version of this color will also be the roof of another building right nearby too, which is nice. I'll show you that in a second. I think I still need to go darker, which is okay. So yes, if you guys see stuff and I'm missing it, just yell it out. That worked out good. Nice, that's better. That's a lot better. Can add a little bit of white to gray this out a little bit more, because the roof of this building over here is not bright green like I have it, or you know, mossy green. It's more grayish, so we'll do that one since we got it in the paintbrush anyway. And this is the next building we'll be working on anyway, so kind of get on it early. Good, that's better. It's way better. Okay, so how are we looking on the school? We have to finish the roof. Yeah, there's a little it's probably an access or something, doorway to the pool. So normally it's easier to work back to front, you know, background to foreground. You know, because you put the whatever you want in the background, and then whatever you put in the foreground will just naturally cover it. In this instance, though, there's so much going on that it doesn't overly matter. You know, I mean, everything's so tight and crisp and on top of one another anyway. It doesn't really matter too much, which is good. Yeah, okay, that little, whatever this is bigger than I'm giving it credit for here. So this is a good reason. I mean, a good, you know, kind of example of that. This little, whatever this is on top of the building, access to the pool or whatever, I should do this building here first, and then I just put this on top of it, and it's done. So now what I got to do is when I do this building back here, I got to paint around this, which is a pain in the butt. Again, in the grand scheme of things on this scale and how tight this is, it doesn't really matter. But in general speaking, it's easier to do it, you know, background to foreground. Which, you know, I do even on these small paintings. I do that a lot. Like the Boston painting was background to foreground. What else we got here? Can I start this building? Yeah, since I got the white, again, I got white in the brush. It's right next door, so we're going to put a little bit of this building in now since we got the white in the brush. That goes all the way to here. Yeah. Yeah, we'll start getting this building set up. Wait on that though. Okay, good. So mid-July, huh? All right. That's that. Got to do the top of this one. This painting is a very palette-friendly painting because it's not monochromatic by any stretch, but still, because it's overcast, it is really like I'm using a lot of the same colors. And that makes it really nice for the palette because I can just kind of continuously grab colors and not have to put out a million new colors, and it's just it's nice overall. All right, that is good. Get the darker stuff in here, like whatever this, I think this is a doorway. Hard to tell. And as of today, I know I mention it every week. It's like, oh my gosh, you know, you guys are going to enjoy this. It's vulnerable, you know. I'm allowing you guys in on the madness, you know, that goes on, the real madness, and that can be a scary thing, you know, because these paintings have an impact when they're done, for sure, you know, they really do. But to get there, I mean, like I've always known, you know, the kind of the trial that it is to do a painting like this, and well, it's easy to tell people that it's a lot of work, you know, to invite someone in and say, okay, here we go, is nerve-wracking for me. You know, I want to make sure you guys have a good time, and I want to make sure you guys get stuff out of it. But I've pretty much, you know, decided that I'm going to see this through no matter what. So I am super happy with the response so far. It's been surprisingly wonderful. that you guys are enjoying this, and I really, that makes me feel really good. So I think I said 2 weeks ago that I was going to, kind of think about, what I was going to do with this, and was I going to just, pick another painting for Open Studio and show updates on this, but like, nah, I'm gonna, at this point right now, I'm gonna go for it. I'm just gonna do it with you guys, and glad you guys are into it, And like I said, we're gonna have plenty of time to soapbox with something like this, which I also don't have a soapbox prepared for today. I should probably start doing that, Start thinking about, the Open Studio soapbox. All right, these windows up here, same way as this building here. So the windows, you can see them there. They've just a bank of 3 of them there. So I'm going to do the line first, where the windows are. And then I'll separate them after. It's so much easier to do this one long line than it is to do like 3 individual windows, There we go. How are we looking on? That's probably too thick. It is too thick. Okay. And it's not at the right angle either. So we're going to fix that. I don't have the gray because this is a new sheet. I was just looking for the gray. I'm like, where'd that gray go? Oh, yeah. It was on the last sheet. All right, let's turn this. Oh, this is going to be interesting. I don't have a lot of room here because of the camera and the tablet and everything else. So we'll just do what we can. And I apologize for the lower voice today, although you probably enjoy it instead of me screaming. We've gotten an early start this morning, so the rest of the house is sleeping, and the art studio is underneath everyone. So I don't want to be waking everyone up. That's still not right. Move this out a little bit here. Yeah, that's what's happening. Is the bank of windows is just like drooping down. It's not in the right spot. So we're going to turn this like this so we can get a better shot at it, and we're going to fix it. So here's how I'm going to fix that. So I know it's drooping down. Well, it was drooping down to the right. Now it's drooping down over here. So what I got to do is I'm going to fix the top of the line first. I'm going to get that right first on the top, and then I'll just correct the bottom, and that'll straighten out the line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise this top edge up a little bit. See if that's right. Turn it back and take a look at it. Yes, that's much better. Okay, so now that I've got the top done, I have a reference. I know what it needs to do to be fixed. So this works out really well when I do it this way, as opposed to just erasing it, painting over it and then trying it again. This way I get to try it out. Like if I did that and it didn't quite look straight at the top, I could adjust it again. I have reference, but if I blow it all out, then sometimes, you just put the same line in, So now I just go on the bottom and correct the bottom edge, and then it's where it should be. Ta-da! Nice. I think I overcompensated. I think it now fades up a little bit. Oh well. All right. Oh, I want to make sure I do this right. So we're going to, again, just like what we talked about with range of motion, I'm going to turn this so that my hand is going to move in the most comfortable way. Because a lot of times, especially with these small lines, that's what happens. I try to force a line in against the will of my hand, and that's when it ends up going wonky. Because I try to push the line in, my hand doesn't want to move that way, and it does what it wants, and then everything gets, kind of pushed around. So there we go. All right, that's much better. All right. So now the base on this is, you can see the road right in the corner there. It's dark gray, but it's not black. So we're going to, well, actually in this doorway it's black. So we're going to do the roadway first, which will actually define the roof on this, whatever this little building is here. More the high school, I think. that was fun after all that. And actually, I mean, when I looked up what this building was, this building was pretty easy to find on Google Maps because of the shape of it in the pool. So I knew where the sky tree was, and I knew what direction we were looking in. So I just kind of did a quick search, and I found it. The scary part is now I know where this building is. I could actually like put up each building as I'm painting. I'm not going to put that on editing, Steve. Plus, I don't, you know, it was a funny joke once. I don't know if it'll be a funny joke every time. In fact, I know it won't be. So we won't be identifying all the buildings. I mean, I might identify some of the buildings if there's a cool looking building or something that, you know, should be kind of, you know, put up there. I will definitely do that. But yeah, don't worry about it. All right, some other little details. I gotta make sure I'm getting caught up in the photograph now, and I'm afraid I'm putting in stuff that you're not able to see. But now you can see all these details. That's just good. How are we looking? There's a white. No, that still doesn't feel right. Did I do the bottom wrong? See how there's like this reversed perspective? It's closer here than it is out here. Yeah, you know what I did? All right, no, but that's all parallel. This roof line might be wrong. So these all of these lines here are along the street, and they're all parallel, but all mine, like especially right in here, are not. So what's wrong here? Is it the window? The roof line? Well, let's do this. I have more lines going this way, and then the roof line and this window is what seems to be wrong. So we're gonna just cut our losses and fix the roof and the window, or change the roof and the window, whether the roof is right and the window is right or the street is right. We're gonna change the roof. Make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, so this is the line. This is the parallel. As I put a line in there. This is the parallel line I'm looking at. So we're going to start with that. So in this instance, with changing the roof line, I am going to wipe out the window because I want to make sure the roof is right first. And I should have been paying attention to that, you know, as I was kind of putting everything in. But I wasn't. So we're going to cover the window, get rid of that for a second. So I put a layer on that. I got to let it dry in between, because if I don't, it'll just keep pulling the paint like what's happening. So just letting that dry for a minute. But I'm also checking the roof line, make sure I get that parallel. So that goes that way. Yeah, that looks better. That looks better. It should be pretty dry. Now that it's dry, I can go and put the next coat on, and that covers it. It probably needs one more coat, but that looks good. So before I go to put the window in, I'm going to lean back here. I'm going to turn this back to the way it should be and lean back a little bit and make sure. Yeah, that's much better. Okay. It was a minor adjustment, but here's the thing too. Like, we're going for 100% accuracy across this whole painting, right? But especially right here, you know, if the perspective is wrong right here and someone's going to look in that area, just because everyone looks in the corners of a painting. It's a weird thing, but check it next time you're looking at something. You know, the corner just drags your eye down, you know, which is why we never put anything important in the corners, because it gets enough attention as it is. So the last thing I want is, you know, like a wonky perspective, like right where, you know, everyone's going to be looking. So now, okay, that should be dry now. So now I can put the window back in. Okay. Window part 3. Better, way better. You also notice I turned the panel again. So I wasn't going to go through that again, you know, put the panel in wrong because my fingers were in a wrong spot. All right, that's much better. I like that. So now that that's all done, once that black dries a little bit, a little bit of air. Oh, you know what I can do while I'm waiting? There's a little white edge that goes the same way, which is what kind of spurred this whole correction. It's going to put this edge in, and I'm like, wow, the roof is wrong. So there is a line that cuts right across here too. Excelente. I like it. Okay, good. Oh, I gotta, I might as well. Gotta fix my extra roof here, my little line that I put in. It's too dark. Let's try this. Yeah. This roof was originally just blocked in with a light spray of gray. So I mean, it'd be nice to just, leave it and have it be done, but oh, there's more road there anyway. Okay, but in this case, since I had to get rid of that white line that I accidentally put in, I just mix a gray and go over it. But even there, I need to put a little bit more of the road in. So we're going to let that dry now, and while that's drying, we're going to put the separations of the window. Which you guys, in the photograph, you see the entire building down there, but you're looking at the actual photograph, the uncropped photograph. So you guys are seeing way more. Did I screw that up already? I did. Okay. I saw a post. Someone was asking, a newer artist was asking about, the frustrations of painting, and does anyone else going? Oh, geez, I'm really screwing this up. Do people get frustrated and all that stuff? And oh my God, my answer was, absolutely. It's a tractor pull, and it isn't for everyone. Some people do what they do and they enjoy it, and they just, they have a skill set that they follow all the time, and they do their paintings and they enjoy it, and that's it. But for me, it's like I got to push myself. I want to learn new things and get new techniques down, and get a level of just perspective or perfection down as close as I can. So for me, it always pushes. And when you're always at that edge, you're always failing. You're always running into challenges. And I think the best thing I ever learned was that those challenges are really good. It's like you're in the right spot. If you're pushing yourself that hard, and you're struggling and trying to get through something, then you're learning stuff. You're not just sitting back and resting on your laurels in a way. So let's try that again. That's more over here now. That's better. Yeah, because I can see 3 windows in my copy. You guys can see, all of them. There are 4 windows and then a little window. But I can't see that in mine because it's cropped. But that's what I got on mine, which I'm happy with. All right. So there we go. So it wasn't quite the high school, but we did knock out a whole building in one episode, which is good. All right. So what can we do in the last minutes here, 7 minutes? I don't want to, we'll do this building in the next episode because it's a whole thing and I don't want to really get it started without, what we can do? It's sitting right in front of me. We didn't actually finish the high school. We can do some of the work on this side of the high school. Yeah, good idea. Should I use a straight edge for this? Maybe. Am I going to regret this? Probably. Yeah, not too bad. I'll take it. So this side of the building here is in shadow, which will be great because we'll airbrush a little bit of that too. Front of the building. Oh, that has a window on it too. Cool. It's in line with the second row of windows. We got a long one. Yeah, you guys see way more of the bottom too. You see the little, oops, there we go. Yeah, you guys see whatever that gym area is. It's like AstroTurf or something. And then there's a small window right here, drying out. There's probably a stairwell here with these smaller windows. Yeah, all right, I'm going to, this is what I mean before when I was talking about trying to paint individual windows. They always come out, you know, the brush just can't, it's just too hard to do rectangles and squares and angles that small. So even in that instance, it's just easier to, you know, blob them in and then come back in with the building color and just straighten out the edges, you know, like that. And like that. Way easier. Okay, that's good. I don't know what this is up here again. Oh, I forgot the, I didn't forget them, I just didn't get to them. Whatever these solar panels are, maybe? I don't know. Something. Now I gotta go to Tokyo, and I gotta go to this high school and be like, can I, like, go up on the roof? Can I see the pool? Alright, so we got, whatever these are, they start up here. Yeah, I didn't even finish the high school. Guys, you gotta yell at me. I'll be like going on with other stuff, and which is, it's fine. Like if I did this building next and didn't finish the high school, I'd finish the high school when I got over here, but still, it's nice to have a kind of a conclusion, I guess, you know, finish an area. I don't know what these are. It might be solar panels. Who knows? With Tokyo, it probably is. Okay. Yay. This is good. So we'll work on the high school until this episode finishes up, which will be in a few minutes. I hope it seems like it to you guys. I know it seems like it to me. Like the half an hour blasts by. Like before I know it, it's like already been 30 minutes, and I'm like, so much more. And that's the other thing too. I'm like, should I increase Open Studio to an hour? But I won't ever do that, only because the whole point of Open Studio, well, not the whole point, but one of the big things I immediately had kind of laid out when I started Open Studio was that this was going to be my 30-minute format video. This, you know, I have, like I've said before, I've got the long format ones with the live feeds, and I've got the short format ones with the time lapse and Tech Tuesday and whatever. So I needed something right in the middle, and that's what this is. So this will always be a half-hour thing, unless it's the last episode. As we've seen, those can run long, but they're worth it. I know when I get to the last episode of this, I'm not going to do like the super marathon like I did with the Mustang painting, where we went through and actually like did every step. I may show every step, but I'm definitely going to cut and edit that, so it's, you know, roughly about half an hour, maybe a little longer, but not like an epic, you know, 2-hour thing with everything, you know, shown. It just, I mean, you've seen, if you want to see that process, you can look at the Mustang painting. I'll go over everything with this, but it won't be, you know, it won't be absolutely everything. It'll just be a lot more cuts. All right, yay with this. Those little squares I put in just a minute ago are yellow, so I'm going to grab some golden yellow. And they're pretty pale, so make a pale version of that. Yeah, it's way too bright. That's better. I could have just mixed that color originally, but I had the white in the brush, so that just acts as a little bit of a primer for it, which is good. All right, good. And yeah, we're not gonna have time to airbrush this, but we'll leave it right here. I'll pick this up in the next episode. We'll finish this building up, and then we'll jump to this one. All right, so thank you for hanging out with me. Don't forget, hit that like and subscribe, please. That would be awesome. And leave me a comment. You know, if you guys notice something, yell it out. If you have questions, put them in the comments too. That'll be great. I'll get to all of them. And that's what I got. So if you want to support what we do here, again, the like and subscribe is the fast and free way. If you'd like to financially support the channel and help it really keep going, you can become a member here like these lovely people. And that will really help out a lot too. All right, so for Steve Leahy, an Open Studio, and through Lachlan's eyes, I will catch you guys next time. Thanks a lot.